Hello everyone, my name is History Nuggets, and today we are going to be talking about the Chaco War. The war fought over the Gran Chaco region between Bolivia and Paraguay. The upbringings of war would begin with both nations claiming ownership of the Gran Chaco. The leaders of both nations, Bolivia being Daniel Salamanca and Paraguay being Eusebio Ayala, used this territorial dispute as bolstering support. The Gran Chaco was useful thanks to oil reserves, and with both nations' economies collapsing, they wanted to take this territory to help their crippling economies. Both nations would soon after go into an arms race, each boosting their military economies heavily. Defensive fortifications of the disputed borders would also be built. Tensions between outside nations would also occur, with Argentina, Brazil, and Chile having strategic interests in the region, resulting in the League of Nations beginning to try to mediate, but it would not matter. On June 15, 1932, Bolivian detachments captured and burned Fort Carlos Antonio Lopez, despite multiple orders from Daniel Salamanca to avoid any provocations. A month later, Paraguayan troops would then retaliate, driving Bolivians from the Putunia Lake area. After this, Daniel Salamanca would change his mind and order the capture of Paraguayan outposts, including Corrales, Toledo, and Fort Bacaran. The Bolivian military would prepare for an offensive from the north, reinforcing all of the fronts for further escalation. August of 1932 would see Bolivian forces capture these outposts, rejecting all of Paraguay's pleas for withdrawal. Paraguay would then have to respond to this aggression with over 10,000 troops heading to the outposts. September of 1932 would see Paraguay besiege and capture Fort Bacaran, demonstrating their hard-fought military capabilities. Paraguay would then engage in pincer movements, where two fronts would pinch the defense to help pressure Bolivia out. Bolivia would then complete a full war mobilization led by General Kunt. They would push into Fort Nawawa, failing. Bolivia would also attempt to capture the other outposts, which would also not work. Paraguay would initiate encirclable movements, capturing Bolivian regiments as well as advancing, surrendering Bolivians at Campo Villa, forcing Bolivia to retreat, resulting in a major Paraguayan victory. December of 1933 would see a ceasefire be announced, but Paraguay would continue its offensive, pushing the Bolivians to surrender heavily. Paraguay would then after declare victory, with devastating casualties on both sides, each side having 50,000 casualties, as well as over 43,000 soldiers captured on each side. Paraguay would emerge from this war as a regional power, securing control over all of the disputed territories. Moreover, this war would result in economic strain for both nations, resulting in many reforms for both nations occurring then after. All in all, one of the largest conflicts in Latin American history would showcase much loss of human life, lots of military strategies and engagements, and thousands of soldiers captured. This conflict would also see Paraguay rise as one of the largest powers of South America. This is History Nuggets. Thank you for watching.